Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all around the beautiful world, welcome to another episode of some good old city skylines. Let's get straight into it. Of course, what I'm gonna do, right guys, so currently I am building this new city. I moved on from the last map that I was using because it just became boring. So I decided, you know what, let me just start again. It's always good to start again. There's nothing wrong starting again. So here we are, and this is what we've built so far. We're gonna stick with the grid system. I don't want to do too many curves, so I'm going to stick with the grid system. As you can see, we built this little community right now, and as you can see, the horses are on the way. Everybody's flooding into the city. You know, we've opened the floodgates, and here comes the big, massive wave. Look at them, right? Look at them. Like the biggest migration of them all, right? Like everything moving from north to south, from south to east. I don't know, whatever. But yeah. So we're gonna keep on building. So. Right now, I've been looking at this, and I want to build another little community on this side, but I need something to connect them. I need something for them to come off the highway, and we're gonna go with this here because it's quite nice. I like this. I like this the exoticness of these roundabouts and highway or motorway exits. So delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. How's everybody doing? I hope you are okay wherever you are. I hope you are blessed. Happy day to you. Happy Sunday. It is a Sunday when I'm recording this, so happy Sunday to you. I'm about to go to church later on, but why not play some good old city skylines before we head on out? So we are gonna interesting. So that doesn't really line up too well. Okay, so if you were to line up that way, where it comes off, as you can see, we're trying to connect the traffic going from north, sorry, for going from west to east, but it doesn't line up too well. So well, we can do that. Doesn't line up too well too. What's this one like? That's just too exaggerated. Look at that. As good looking as that is, like it's just too much right there, right? It's just too much for us. You know what? We'll just keep it simple. Just give it some good old two-lane a T-junction, a highway T-junction, as you can see. So we'll keep it like that. Let's just line it up quickly. Boom. Right. Come on. Let's get you there. Come on. Line you up. Boom. Okay. Nice and straight. Lined up. Now we can connect the highways, right? Most important thing. Gotta keep the traffic moving, right? These are the connections. The very important connections, right? For now, it's not even straight. It's not even straight. But what we need right now is the connection. So now with that done, right, we can now bring about roundabout now, right? So maybe we can use one of these. These are not these don't come with the game. These are extra add-ons just for the sake of it. Wonder how they're gonna perform, but it's good for actual traffic itself, or are they just there for aesthetics? So let's see. Do that right there. Hope they're good, you know. They're just there for aesthetics, but some of these things are just there for aesthetics. But at the same time, you got to take into consideration, you know, the actual flowing of the traffic, because some of this stuff can impede, making the traffic not flow too smoothly. But we want to build a community over here, right? Over here, we want to build a community. As a matter of fact, here, so we want to build a community over here, and what we want is some good old straight 180 degree. I want it to be parallel to, as you can see those dotted lines over there. I want it to be parallel. I don't want it to be diagonal or something. I want it to be parallel as much as possible. So at the moment, what we can do is can we use the highway itself for reference? We'll do that. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Like that, we use the highway for reference, so you don't have to worry about it being not parallel to the dotted line over there. So we'll go all the way down. I think this is a big odd. Come on, 180. That is 180. Come on, dude. That's not parallel. That's not parallel. Look. I suppose we'll just have to go with the eye. You know, we got to try the good old eye. You got to rely on the good old eyesight. You know, you got to use your eyes. Eyes are peculiar because sometimes they can misjudge eyes. misjudge. So you've got to use all of your senses. Let's go. Keep it that way. Boom. So I hope that is parallel. I've tried my... Oh boy. Let's go. Get rid of that here. Get rid of that. Okay. Now we've got this little grid over here. 5 minutes in, guys. We only play this for 20 minutes, so we got to do this as quickly as possible. So this links there. Want it to come in here. That's not, see what I'm saying? That's not 90 degrees, dude. It's not 90 degrees. Want it to 90 degrees link. Oh boy, it's quite difficult because I want to keep it as grid as much as straight as possible. Neither is that. That's not parallel. Don't like that. So okay, first couple of minutes and we've really done nothing. So that's a bit disappointing. Okay, so we'll get rid of all this. Okay, how do we keep this parallel to this dotted line here? You know this how do I keep this parallel? What do I do? What do I use to reference this? Is there anything square that we can buy? Not really. So here is the... If we go like this, right? Out of city limits. We go like this. See, it doesn't really line up as being... What does that do? It really doesn't line up as in... what's this do? Snapping. Angles grid. This is like the worst part of the game, not being able to line it up properly. But we want 90 degrees, so I don't know. We'll do this later. What's more important is let's play this. Let's allow the traffic to flow. Let's see the people move into the city. And so far we've built this little grid over here. I mean this little grid community over here. This little district. And of course now we are going to need shops and stuff like that as they move in. But now we've got to connect them. We've got to connect this. They'll need... Wow, there's even a queue of traffic moving into the city. So that's okay. It will die down eventually. So let's got to move this here. Connect you over here. Put you here for now. I want to extend this road upwards like so. That done. Okay, now we can connect this to there. Cool. Love that. Lovely. Okay, now with this section here, we can extend this outwards. And, with this, we can extend it outwards. And now we can join this. Okay. They're gonna need jobs and low-rise commercial shopping districts. That's going to be one of the biggest demands. Very soon, I can instantly tell. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a little shopping district over here, the high street. Of course, this is the high street of this community here. But this is where they'll be doing most of their shopping here. So we'll put a bunch of shops here. Quite disappointed about that because I wanted really to align it up at 90 degrees, but there's no way to reference it. So that's a bit disappointing. All the way here. Yeah. Cool. There we go. Now next is let's see. Here we go. Okay. This is gonna be a little shopping district, and they do most of their shopping low-rise because they're gonna want shops. They're gonna demand for those shops. They always do. That's like one of the first things they demand for. That looks hot. How come there's nowhere to actually zoom in into zone? That looks awful. Okay, we'll give them a few shops there. But of course, what they need now is water. Oh, it's nicely. It's already been covered. Besides this little zone here, but don't need the water. Cool. There you have it, water. Now they've got the little shopping district there. Of course, they got the little industry section there. They're gonna demand for more industry soon enough, so we'll extend it outwards towards the roundabout. So let's extend this little zone here, as well as this little zone here. Why is it doing that? How come these grids are not available for me to zone? Stranger. Maybe it must be the map itself, but zone this here. Zone this little section here. This little section here too. Cool. We will buy some more blue water waste, so we can get rid of waste there, because these get rid of what this is aeration basin. This is for sewage water and stuff, so we'll do that soon enough. Okay, now some of the community requirements. As you can see, we got some deceased persons here, so let's give him a grave. Go to store a grave. Very important. Right there, I think it's important. As soon as they come off the highway, there's a place. I put 2 of them here opposite. Of course, they need a crematorium. There we go. Cool, that covers them. They got hospital, right? Come on, mayor. How can you be a mayor and not give the people what's important, which is a hospital? And of course, it needs water. It needs to be covered. So let's cover this little zone here. Cool. What else we got? Okay, now, do they have fire? They have a hospital. They have fire. They've got to have fire. Yeah, cool. There's no way we can build a community and not provide them fire protection or fire services and police. Now, schools. What we got? High schools, primary schools, secondary schools. Where's the old one, the classic one that's always there, the usual, the common one. When you start playing this game, there's always the high school that's always there, the common one. But I because I downloaded many mods and I installed many assets, they're completely different now. Let's find the good old one. Excuse me, classical one. Where are you? Where are you, high school? Not there. It was this high school. Okay, so they do have a high school, but we want a high school over here, right at that junction over here. Don't want it right in the community, as well as over here. I increase this community's education level. There we go. Okay, 12 minutes in. Okay, and I told you the traffic was gonna die down. All they had to do was move into the city, and now they've all moved into the city. Now they have a little shopping district here. Don't know why I cannot zone in these little sections here. Very peculiar. Never really experienced that before. What demands? I really cannot tell what the actual demands are because everything is on high charged. It's had its coffee, so it's supercharged right now. But these are for future reference in case we need to build. Now back to our little community. Should we just focus on this community over here? Keep growing it. Not bad. Not too bad. Let's see. There's a high school there. There's a. What do they need? What do they need? Playing City Skylines like this with these at full charge. Now I realize it's better to have it just at normal instead of having the whole thing at charge, because then I can really ask. It's better to have people demand for something than just to build as you go, because it becomes complacent. It becomes what we got here. Call 1 fire brigade. It's better to have people ask for something instead of just doing it, really, right? So, because then we can build it according. So now that's okay. 5 more minutes left. I really wanted to build this, but I cannot get any way to reference this. Cannot get any single way to reference this. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna have to. I think this is a straight line. So what I can do is I can use, of course, the dirt road. The dirt road is always reliable. You can connect the dirt road to the highway, and keep it still at 100 at the 90-degree angle, and there we have something to reference. 180. 180. There's one way to make sure that this is a just completely parallel city. There we go. Okay, now work our way all the way down here. 88, 90. Even that's not parallel. But is this straight? That's the question. It doesn't really matter if it's straight or not, so I'll just use this as a reference to keep it 90 degrees. Very, very, very methodical. Look how they're using the dirt road, huh? I suppose we can have a dirt road on here. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it's always nice to have these dirt roads. You know how you're driving on the highway. Because I'm a delivery driver, so there's always dirt roads parallelly running with the highway. So we'll just do that for the sake of it. But this is not permanent. We cannot keep that there. They cannot be using that way. Getting into the city, so we gotta get rid of all that. Get rid of that. Of course, we need some farming districts. So let's see what we got. Let's see what the minerals are like. Wow, look at all of this. Wow, this is oil, guys. This is all oil. We can specialize, I suppose. Really cannot, all oil, right? We can specialize in oil. What type of terrain is this? Look at all of that oil, dude. Is that the #1 export here? Just an oil map, oil terrain. You know, the geology of the ground is just all oil. Not really big on, don't get me wrong, it's cool to have such a natural resource, but I wanted some farming land, something that's a mixture. So that's kind of disappointed me. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's no fertile land. There's loads of forests. There's aura, which is 5162,499, but the oil is ridiculous. Okay, so what put me off now of this? And I'm thinking this is gonna be the last episode because I want demand. I want people to demand. So I'm gonna end this episode here because I want to find the perfect map. I don't like the fact that it's just all oil. It's disappointing, dude. Disappointing. I wanted some fertile land so I can have farms and stuff like that. But as well, at the same time, I want to make sure that the demand is okay. So I'm gonna have to do some changing, unfortunately. So I'm gonna end this episode right here. I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna find something better. Find something better. You cannot. Yeah, you cannot. It just becomes boring this way. It's better to have demand to play the game as it was intended. But I've got this setting here which keeps the demand just on high all the time. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to undo this and make sure that the game is actually demanding for what they need, as opposed to what I want to do, because it just became repetitive before. So I decided to put this on, which allows for unlimited, very high demand. No, that's not what we want. We want people to actually demand for things. And also, you know, just the alignment of this. It's a nice map, but you know, the killer right here, the thing that's just put me off 100% is the natural resources. It's just all oil, a bit of forests, and no fertile land. And yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, we're gonna end this episode here, this map here, and we'll start again. Okay, guys, with that said and done, God bless you wherever you are. Hope you have an amazing day. Again, it is the Immaculate Tortoise. Not a tortoise anymore, guys. We have finally come out of our shell, and we're out there in the world. You know, it's quite interesting. You know, being a game vlogger or streamer, whatever you want to call it. It's nice because you learn some of the skills. You learn how to articulate and speak through the microphone whilst playing the game. You become narrative about the game. So the dialogue has improved far much better than what it was. But that said, though, I'll see you in the next episode. So of course, that's going to be a new map with even amount of terrain. So peace out. God bless you. Have an amazing one. yeah, okay, there we go. Let's wait for this couple of seconds to be done. So yeah, peace.